In a world full of nerds, hang out with 3 of them. That's right, it's Neon Pocket Dimension. That was the shortest prologue I had. Welcome to Neon Pocket Dimension. I am Jacob, one of your hosts. I'm here with Miguel. Say hi,
Hello,
Miguel.
guys.
We also got Gage, aka Luke Shot First. That's the boy right
How we
there.
doing?
Yeah. How's it going, fellas?
Good. Ready to do some casting of pods?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's going.
I was trying to think of a fishing joke, and I just fully lost it there. Fully
Yeah, that's all right.
lost it.
I'll try and reel you in later.
Oh, you fuck! Damn, you're good. Damn, I need to get on your level, bro.
How you doing, Miguel? I heard you're feeling a little sick.
Yeah. It's the COVID.
Oh, is it really?
It's the vid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID.
I was not aware it was the vid. I was like,
This
that's
is
what's going on.
So
What's
if you
going
watched,
around?
I didn't
what
want to
is it,
broadcast it.
you watched Odd Valley on Friday, I had a fever and I
Okay.
didn't know
Oh.
while I was doing that show.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's why you got so fucked
And I
up.
was drunk.
Yeah, that probably is
Yeah.
what did you in, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
Because by the end of that,
This was bad, but
sorry. go
after my first COVID shot, my friend and I proceeded to kill a whole bottle of whiskey between the two of us, and the next day was one of the worst ever. It was pretty rough.
What kind of whiskey were you talking here?
So, okay, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Not Evan
I
Williams,
think
right?
it was either Bullet or I forget. It might have been Buffalo Trace. That's what I think it was.
Oh, that's bourbon, dude. That's not even whiskey. I mean, it's a type of
you know.
whiskey, technically. But that shit'll.
All whiskey.
Yeah, you're drinking like wood, man. It's like fucking you up. You know what I mean? Basically with bourbons, right?
But yeah.
Woo!
It's the Rona.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I didn't.
I'm sorry, man.
I
I
didn't.
got some what was it? One of those antiviral meds from Merck.
Oh, nice.
So.
How you feeling now, man? You good?
I'm feeling fine for the most part, except for it still feels like I get chills. I don't have a fever anymore,
Mm,
so it's a little weird.
yeah.
But, it's what's the word I'm looking for? Temporary.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go back to work next week.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I didn't want to tell everybody you had COVID. I just said you weren't feeling good. You know what I mean? So I was gonna leave that up to you to let everyone know. You know?
I have COVID.
I'm not trying to blow up your spot, but now we
It's
all
not
know.
like it's AA or something. But
I don't
I
know.
feel
I don't know. It feels kind of taboo to be like, Miguel got COVID. Everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just. I feel like it feels like information
To
that
be honest with you.
I shouldn't be. You know what I mean? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It's pretty ubiquitous at this point. Although I'm surprised, I've
know, it
not
doesn't
really
really
gotten
matter.
it yet that I know of. I might have gotten it when it first came around, because like my whole restaurant that I was working at the time, we like all called out sick, and like if you work in the service industry, like it's not really that often that people call out sick. Like even if you're feeling pretty crummy, you usually just make it happen. And yeah, like some of the servers who had been there for like a long time and never call out all like bailed. But I don't actually know if I ever officially had it or not. So whatever.
This is all I'll say. It's my first time actually having it.
Mhm.
It sucks balls. So
Brutal.
Yep.
good for
Crucial.
you, sir. I hope you continue to not have it, but that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I feel you. No, feel better, buddy.
Yep. Well, he's here at least, and we can't catch COVID from the airwaves. And also, he was here 2 days doing Odd Valley before he came down with COVID. So luckily, I didn't contract it. But I wasn't like licking the inside of his mouth or anything. You know what I mean? So that
Why
helped.
not?
That helped. I don't know.
That's not how we do Odd Valley generally.
Yeah, typically I'm just licking the inside of a bottle of beer. You know what I
There's
mean?
usually no
Yeah.
licking involved.
Mm-hmm.
No body shots or anything like that. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Who knows? We might do a body shot special, in the future. So then we're all gonna get sick. We're all gonna get that monkeypox. You know what I mean? Because it's on the skin.
There you go.
Okay, guys. So enough nerding out about medical conditions and such. Um, we're here today to talk about music, baby. Woo!
Maybe.
Yeah. Like that. You like that shit?
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was alright. What do you got over there? Oh, he's gonna
Probably
do
not
it.
gonna pick it up.
Oh, he is gonna do it.
Oh, good for him.
He pulled out a guitar.
That's all I got. You,
didn't-
you probably can't hear it over there though,
Couldn't
right?
hear it. Yeah. Is that acoustic or?
No, it's electric, which I'm trying to put over my
Oh.
headphones. It's not working very well.
Oh, okay. Just put the pickups right in front of the mic. Maybe we could hear a little bit of a strum.
Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear
Sort of.
shit. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's probably because I got noise suppression on. I'll turn it off.
Yep. Yep. I have
All
a
good,
guitar
don't worry about
too,
it.
and a big ass amp right here. So who knows? I might turn it on while you guys are talking later. And then.
How about that? Can you hear that?
That's a blues scale, everyone. In case you didn't know. Good one, man. Nice. Clean. What kind of guitar is that?
Hard and back.
Oh, you couldn't hear me. Clean. What kind of guitar is that?
It is a Epiphone SG. No, not SG. Les
Mhm.
Paul that my wife got me actually.
Oh, cool, dude. Oh. We're back.
What happened? Okay, I'm back.
I was clicking things.
I
Sick.
feels.
Yeah, SGs are sick, dude. I have a Gibson sitting on the wall up there, and it sort of has like a
Nice.
kind of like a Gibson body, kind of similar to yours actually. Mochi Squeeze has a sick ass Epiphone Les Paul style guitar, which is super nice. Sunburst, or what do you call that? Like sunset burst or something. It's like
Cherry sunburst or something.
Yeah,
the red to the red to gold.
yeah, that's what it looks like. It's pretty bitchin'. Even has a nice strap and everything. We have to get back to playing. Anyway, let's get the housekeeping out of the way real quick. Let's see. You're listening to the Neon Pocket Dimension, aka NPD, which we've been calling it. If you want to watch the episode later on YouTube, search Odd Valley. Or you might be able to even search Neon Pocket Dimension, honestly. Try either. I don't know. Either way, you'll make it to the Odd Valley Studios YouTube page. We got our Odd Valley stuff on there, but we have a playlist for Neon Pocket Dimension, so you can check out the episodes later on there. Also, go ahead and follow us on Twitter at NPD Squad to keep up to date with what's going on here. Also, we're starting to do game streams, which is something we talked about doing from the start. This is sort of like the first week where we're messing around with that. Let's see. I played... What the fuck did I play? Played something with someone the other day, and that was fun. I don't know. You're gonna... Oh, Fall Guys. That's right.
Guys.
The Sonic event. There was a Sonic the Hedgehog event that went down like last week or something like that, and I played it with Steven, and that was a lot of fun. So check that out. It's also on that YouTube page I just mentioned. Search Odd Valley, like I said before. And we got both Gage and Miguel here, ready to do some more MPD game streams. We got the Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch. That's what Gage is queuing up for this Friday. And then Miguel was playing some Sable, just testing out the stream today. He also wants to play some old games. He tells me, is that all right? Is that all correct, gentlemen?
Yeah, play some old games. I'm down for some old games.
Hell yeah, man. We don't have to. I mean, you know,
I'll
maybe
see what
it's
I
on
play.
an emulator, but nobody needs to know that.
Old games, dude.
But yeah, regardless, check us out, man. We'll be streaming, here and there. But just remember, if you do want to watch this show live, you go to twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And the game streams will be here too. So remember, twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension. Miguel.
Yeah.
What have you been nerding out on this week, my friend? It's time for the Wibe New.
A lot of TV.
Oh.
Because I've been on the couch. Actually, I finished Prey, which it took me another 2 times of starting it and falling asleep, but I got through it. It was very good.
Right on.
Really
Nice.
enjoyed that movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you still haven't seen it, I don't know if you've seen it, Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
but it was
I
good.
have watched it. Me and Mochi Squeeze watched it last weekend, and I sort of started to fall asleep at one point just because I was just like all drunk and high and having a good time. But then I watched 98% of it and I loved it.
Overall, I enjoyed it. It was good.
Hell
So
yeah, great movie.
I'm right currently I'm in the middle of what was it? Stranger Things season 4.
Oh, nice.
It's okay. It's not bad. I'm, I'm enjoying it for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's about where I fall on that as well.
like at this point, I think I'm watching it to watch something because it's been there for it's been there for months, and I just haven't actually like made time to watch it. And I put it on like yesterday, and I was like, okay, it's entertaining enough to keep me engaged.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see where it's going to go. So I was watching that. What the hell else did I watch? I've watched so much that I don't even remember. Some of it was just crap too. So
Mm-hmm. Just crap.
nothing I've been on. Yeah, like it
Nothing
was just
good?
not good.
Just bad stuff.
Just
So,
bad.
a little bit of prey
Not
footage there.
recommended.
And some stuff that was old too, like movies that I've seen. Like I watched No Country for Old Men again. That was really good.
God, that movie's so good, dude.
One
Second
of my favorite.
through, even though I still feel like it's just like a bunch of old people getting old and being angry, and life's just fucked up. If you haven't seen
Yep.
that movie, you should definitely watch it. It
Yeah,
doesn't really. Go ahead, Jacob.
No Country for Old Men is like such a good movie, and the way it ends, like blue, like was just so interesting, like their take on it, because you think it's really like it's this type of movie, but there's more to it. You know what I mean? And I just thought that was pretty awesome, And I need to rewatch it too. But yeah, it's pretty like interesting look at the South, I guess, and culture down there.
I mean, it's definitely also just a movie where it's like the bad guy wins, and you're like, oh, all right, word.
And it fucking happens.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, in
Man,
real life,
old guys get old.
yeah.
Yep.
That's just what happens in real life. Bad guys win.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Legit.
That is what it is.
100%.
Yeah, Mochi Squeeze said of the season 4 of Stranger Things, it's not that bad, but Will's hair in that season is terrible. So
Well, none of them looked any good in that season. They're all in that weird, ugly phase.
They're in their awkward
Yikes.
tweens, and yeah. I guess it's
Don't-
appropriate, right? Like we
don't
all
tell
go
them
through that.
Yeah, don't.
Well, absolutely.
Now
Everyone has that weird, ugly face.
I guess so. Some of them. I mean, Will in particular looks like he needed like a style update. Like everyone got a style update but him, and he's just still trying to look like a little boy, but he's like fucking like looks grown as hell, and so he's just like, "Hey guys, look at me," you know what I mean? Like you just put like Chris Farley in like children's clothes, you know what I mean? He's just gonna burst
I was
out
gonna
of him.
say he's rocking the Eric Foreman kind of thing, He's like
True, yeah.
He's quickly gonna be Eric Foreplay. Yeah.
I love Eric. I mean, I love that show. Red's the best.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
You're never too old to burn to death in a fire. That's my favorite Red Foreman quote.
He's fucking great. I made Mochi Squeeze watch that show, and it's good.
Red Foreman, also the original RoboCop. Just
Oh yeah, he was the main villain, and he got slow mo blasted through glass, dude. If you remember, that's how he goes down in that movie. Spoiler alert! I guess we're just spoiling everything on this show, guys. Sorry about that.
If you haven't seen like what 1987 RoboCop film, I don't know. That's just
Dude, there might
People you're offending are the younger people who have never seen any of these movies.
There might be a Gen Z person watching this right now, and they're like, "What the fuck, dude? I was about to watch the RoboCop tomorrow.
It's RoboCop till you ruined it.
I was about to watch RoboCop with my dad tomorrow." That's what Gen Z sound like to me.
You sounded like Flower from Hello from the Magic Tower.
Oh boy, don't get me started on that show again, man. This show's so fucking good.
I know.
Miguel, anything else, buddy?
No, just a bunch of that was it generally that I can think of right now, to be honest with you. I watched a lot of stuff, and those are only the two things that I remember very well.
Mm-hmm. Prey was
at this
dope.
current. So
Prey was dope. I like to hear that. I agree.
yeah, Prey was good.
Gage, what you been nerding out on this week? Besides
Let's see.
Hello from the Magic Tavern, because I know that you're on that. And quickly tell me what episode are you on?
I think I just crossed. I'd have to look it up. I think I just crossed like episode 60 or something.
Oh,
something
okay,
like that.
yeah, you're going.
I'm
You're
moving.
going.
I'm moving through. I'm getting through there. It's
Yep.
like some meta weirdness has started to happen, but
Yeah.
we've talked a lot about that, so you know.
Do you you've gone through the episode you've heard the episode with the trans-dimensional delivery guy, right?
Yes, I have. And then
I
there's
love that one. That one was so funny, man. And you know all about Baron Ragoon now, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shrike and that whole land of. Over
What about
there,
his
and then,
weird ass like kids, dude? That they're like,
yeah.
oh, Sammy or whatever. What's their names? I fucking forget their names.
Yeah,
they're so weird. Dude.
I also forget, but I really like
really good podcast.
The proprietor of the Vermilion Minotaur and Flower and Kronk are on their quest right now, and they give the updates through the resonant stones, and those are pretty good.
Oh yeah, I remember that. The whole thing with what's that chick's name? The makeup artist lady. There's like an art. Bloom, is it Bloom? Something Crumb, right? Fuck, I can't remember her name.
Crom is the barbarian. Yeah.
No, that's Crom the Barbarian's classic character. And then of course, a series of bats. Or you might not know about series of bats yet. Actually.
I don't think I'm at a series of bats yet, so let's hold off there.
Excuse me.
Anyways, but that's enough about that show because that's all really inside baseball on there.
Just tell me when you know about a series of bats, and then we'll continue talking.
Okay, I'll holler at you. Okay, about a series of bats.
Miguel, you have to listen to this podcast. So good. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What have you been nerding out on?
All good. So I got into a rabbit hole of just going through and finally playing a bunch of games that were in my Switch backlog. So I started playing, I finished a game called Hoa, HOA.
Okay.
It is a really cute little indie kind of like story platformer. I would liken it to things maybe sort of like Inside or Limbo-ish type things. It's kind of more puzzle based. There's not really combat. You can get like flicked by these robot things and they'll kind of kick you back down some levels and stuff, but there's no damage or dying or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's really cute. You play as this little fairy thing. It's very like Studio Ghibli. And I was just feeling in the mood for that. And I had started it end of last year. It came out, I think, November of last year. And I had started it last year, and it's got a really cool little story and really beautiful levels, and you kind of just like do weird little magical puzzles and lead animals to do like your bidding and stuff, and then the ending is really crazy. It kind of like takes a platformer and turns it on its head and does all these crazy like geometric things and does all this weird stuff with like light and shadow and geometry and weirdness, and the ending is kind of like a cool little surprise. So. So that was really cool. That's only like probably like a 4-hour video game, so that was fun. I finally beat that.
Nice.
Then I started Hollow Knight.
Oh god.
And I am terrible at that game, but it is really fun. But just like any Souls like or things like of that nature, you just got to figure it out and get good, as they say.
Yep.
I'm pretty bad at 2D platformers in general. So it's taken me a little bit of time to kind of figure it out. But the world's really cool. Yeah. And this is some Hoa we're looking at. It's a beautiful game.
Oh yeah, big time.
But yeah, so Hollow Knight, pretty cool. And then back in the day, when it came out, I had picked up Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, which was the remake of Gen whatever it was, whatever gen that is. I forget what it is. Gen 6, Gen 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I had started playing it like right after I had done a replay of Sword and Shield, which was the most modern Gen 8 Pokemon, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so I was just a little Pokemoned out as tends to happen. And so I decided to pick that back up, and that's what I was testing out streaming the other night. So
Oh, nice.
so yeah, I'll probably keep going on that profile because now I'm feeling like I like my squad and stuff. So yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's sick.
Oh, and Ollie World, I'll just real fast. Continuing through that game. That game is just delightful. I love that game so much.
Oh, you're
It's
playing
really
the shit
good
out
for
of
like
that,
one of those flow state kind of games. Like you start to like get all the kind of vocabulary, and pretty soon you're just like crushing through these really complicated levels that, at the beginning of the game you would have thought completely impossible. It does a really good job of like, kind of like walking you through and adding skills on the same way that like Tony Hawk does and things like that. So it's cool.
Mm-hmm. Cool. That's great,
Yeah.
dude. Cool. Yeah, I was just.
What about you?
producing-
What you been nerding out on?
I was
No,
I was nerding out on producing the show on the fly there.
I saw that. But that's a lot of good Hoa footage you got on the fly, so that was
Yeah.
solid.
No, that game looks beautiful. And
It's
yeah,
gorgeous.
Sounds like you're having a lot of fun with games there, man. I have.
Yeah, I decided to like tackle some backlog. It's always good to do.
Well, now's the time to tackle your backlog because there's like not a lot of AAA games. Blah blah blah. There is a ton of games coming out still. Most of them are indie titles. Good job on the indies this year. But it's also it's a perfect time to try out like a game that costs $20, $30. Or jump in, get some games on sale, try some shit, add to your backlog, or look at your massive Game Pass backlog and go, damn, I should really try out. Was that Escape Academy? I should play more of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about right there. Or Crusaders Kings 3. You just fire that up, and then, you know what I mean?
I want to try that.
Try to see how far you can get. Conquering the world as some sort of French, mustachioed guy or something. Or you can pick any country. It's a great game. But I've been nerding out on. What have I been nerding out on? Well, played Fall Guys. That was fun. Been playing Turbo Golf Racing. I'm kind of feeling that game. I'm sort of spreading out the message that game's pretty decent. That one's on Game Pass. I think it costs like $15 or $20 if you just buy it outright. But if you have Game Pass, try it out. It's cool. It's like Rocket League, but instead of soccer, it's golf.
Are you in cars or are you just racing?
Yes, you're in cars.
What?
It's a crazy, colorful golf course, and like everybody gets their own ball, and the balls and the cars are sort of like see-through, so you're not really bumping into anyone else. You know what I mean? So it's just a race of like how far can you get this, and it's like as big as the soccer ball is in freaking Rocket League.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so you just like, I gotta get this thing into the hole, and then there's normal golf things there, like there's roughs, right? And it lands in there. It's kind of, you have to hit it out of there. There's also sand traps or whatever they're called, right? Sandbars. What are they called? Sand
Sand
trap.
traps.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am not a golfer. But yeah, there's sand traps that you can accidentally get your ball in there, and there's like edges to the screen. And like what I find interesting is, I guess I'm nerding out on Turbo Off Golf Racing because it's really all I'm talking about now. There's edges to the levels. If you like knock it out, you know what I mean, it'll go flying off the edge. But if you kind of like roll it to the edge, it'll bounce off. And then there's even like parts outside of the levels too where I've just like banked it off and it came back into the course. So like there's interesting moves you could do, but there's also like flying rings everywhere. And if you're able to somehow get your ball in there, it'll like launch it super far forward. And I've actually got into one of these crazy ass rings that shot from a ring to a ring to a ring right in front of the ball or the hole. You know what I mean? And all I had to do is tap it in. Tap it in.
Just tap it in.
Standard golf rules, like par 5.
There's no par stuff because it is also a race, right? So that's the other thing, the other portion to the game is it's like how fast can you get it in the hole, right? And it's just it's like it doesn't matter about the strokes. I mean, you can fucking hit the ball 100 times and still get there at the beginning. You know, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But like yeah, like the thing that I notice a lot is like it's kind of hard to hit the ball because people have problems with the camera, and it's like if you're good at Rocket League, then you could kind of get right into this because it's sort of the same. Like you could either do a lock-on camera or you can do a not a lock-on camera, right? So if you're used to that, like working with the camera, then you're good to go. Otherwise, it's like it'll take some growing pains. But as you get close to the ball, there's like a little arrow that'll show you where it'll go, and then like as you kind of shift, that fucking thing goes like this, you know. So you got to try to stay steady and hit it right. And also, if you jump, kind of hit an angle, you can put some spin on it. You can shoot it up, you know. So like, there's stuff going on with this game. I'm kind of feeling it. I find myself like, all right, I'm gonna play one of these new games. There's all these new games, man. And then I just fire that game up every time for some fucking reason. So I keep crawling back. Keep crawling back. And then, of course, I'm still playing Unciv on my Android phone here, which is a Civilization 5 Android clone. It's 100% freeware. It's an incredible game. I wish I could give these devs money. Like, I cannot stop playing it. Every time I'm on the treadmill, I'm playing fucking Unciv. Right now, I'm crushing Carthage, okay? They destroyed 2 of the city-states I was doing business with. This shit won't stand, all right? I got into a war, took them down, all right? They asked for peace. I said, all right, that's 10 rounds of peace. Okay. All I did was build up my armies more, shovel more fucking units into his face. Then I burned down 3 of his cities. And then now he's asking for peace again after I took his capital. So I'm like, now I'm at the point where I'm like, should I let peace happen? Because I think he could just move into this where I burn down his cities and build another city. And I'm like, that would annoy me because I'm going to try to put my own cities on top. Because if you just take over the city, that gives your civilization more unhappiness than usual from that city, even if the city's doing well. So I'm like, unhappiness is already an issue. So I'm like, fucking burn it to the ground, burn it. But now I'm faced with the possibility. It's like either I destroy them completely or I let them have peace again. What do you guys think I should do?
You've gone this far.
Just keep it going? All right, cool.
Keep going.
Better to be feared than loved, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Keep going. Just end them.
Loving it. It's a great game.
Yeah, eradicate.
And then later on tonight, I think after the stream, I'm going to eat dinner, and then I want to get one of those Dragon Ball Z fucking Fortnite skins, baby. Play some Fortnite tonight.
Oh, so I might be into that.
Yeah. Oh, one last note. I did play Cooking Simulator, which is on Game Pass, and that is
so many simulators.
It's a good game.
How is it?
It's very good, Miguel. It's a very good game. Yeah, I was like, I'll try it out, and I sat down and played it for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I was getting 5 stars on all my dishes. And then an order came in for 2 different dishes at once, and I was like, I'll play this later.
And so is it first person like other simulators of late?
Yeah, it's very cool.
So are you like chopping things? Are you like what's the actions?
Dude, you name it. You do everything, bro. Like, let's say you want to fry fish, right? You want to fry fish. You get your pan.
I do. I want to fry fish.
Okay, you get your pan, bro. You go over to your range, right? Or it's more of just a stove. I don't think there's an oven underneath. There's ovens are on the side here. You put the pan down. Then you have to grab the oil bottle. You bring it over to the pan. Then you press a button which allows you to tilt the oil bottle. And as you tilt it, it tells you this is in the metric system. I'm sorry, America. Sure. You have to learn how to do the metric system. It's kind of a struggle for me right now. You pour it, and it shows you how much you're pouring out. And according to the recipe, you're supposed to be putting like a specific amount. So you're trying to get it to about the right spot. And then you turn the thing on. You have to look down at the stove, press a button that turns the heat on. Then you have to get the fish, put it down on the fucking cutting board. You have to, according to the recipe, put a certain amount of salt, a certain amount of different spices, right? This is how crazy this shit is. You put it in the pan. Crazy. You put it in the pan. It starts to cook it. And then when it's cooked as much as it needs to, you have to go to the fucking turner, go and flip the fish. You know what I mean? It's like you're literally cooking. It's Cooking Simulator. It's not like, oh, you press a button and it cooks. It's not like fucking Overcooked where you just hold a button next to the thing. It's like you're in the kitchen, dude.
I'm watching a video of this game right now.
It's really cool.
In the kitchen.
Yeah, you're in the kitchen, bro. And then you can't fuck around too. But
they set it on fire.
Yeah, you could definitely set it on fire too. So cool stuff.
I don't know if that game is for me.
I was
I'll have
having a
to
lot
try.
of fun. I was having a lot of fun.
I,
With it.
I bet you that'd be really fun in VR. They should make a VR
Yes. Oh,
be.
yes. That game is born for VR, man.
version.
Cool game. I could tell
Nice.
you about some other games too, but I won't because we're talking about music today, boys. Music.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what we're gonna be doing on this episode, if you are lucky enough to be here to watch, we're gonna play a couple songs.
Everybody.
We're gonna actually play music on this stream. Wow, guys, playing music.
Wow.
Yeah, I will be. We will play some songs, but I will be editing them out of the YouTube episode version. So if you happen to be here, you're going to be here for the music, and no one else will be able to hear or see those segments. So anyway, all right, Gage. So we were chatting.
Yeah.
You had some
We were.
some fun ideas for some music segments that we're going to do in the future. Okay.
Indeed.
Um,
Indubitably.
But that got me thinking, why don't we just have an episode where we chat about music? So the three of us, I know we all like music. We all can comment on music. I feel like if you're a human being on the planet, you have some sort of music take. You have music tastes. And if you don't, I mean, even Amish people like to whistle. You know what I mean? Like, are you a fucking alien? Like, are you...
I think they can use instruments.
You know what I
maybe maybe not. Are those machines technically? Maybe they're not allowed to do that. I don't know. Probably not electric. Probably not rocking electric guitars and analog synthesizers, but
Oh, definitely not. But imagine them making a wooden synthesizer.
Yeah,
It's-
that's
Wow.
Have you ever seen the documentary It Might Get Loud in Here?
No.
You might like it. It's a documentary about I don't even know what you'd really call it. I guess about the White Stripes, U2, and Led Zeppelin, but essentially Jimmy Page, The Edge from U2, and Jack White just all kind of hang out in a room together and play guitar and talk about music and stuff. But in the very
Tight.
beginning of it, Jack White is just like in the middle of some weird field, and he's just got like some nails and some wires and like a piece of wood, and he's just like making something weird, and then he like somehow attaches a little guitar pickup to it, and then just starts like playing this weird piece of wood with like a metal, like some metal tied to it, and it sounds just like a Jack White guitar solo, and you're like, this is the weirdest thing ever. And he's like, who says you need a guitar? And I'm like, wow, cool.
You know what? Fuck Jack White. He's great.
All right.
He's a musical genius, but he's a dickhead. Yeah, he said some really fucked up things about people in the past that really like irks me. It's like the time where Arcade Fire was like, "Fuck DJs in electronic music. It's not even music."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, fuck you, you piece of shit." And I felt the same way
Yeah.
about Jack White. I mean, Jack White's great. I love the White Stripes and everything. He's just kind of a douchebag. He's like a hipster.
There's those musicians who are like
Asshole
dedicated
hipster.
to really being like, classic, like old school instrumental musicians, and I feel like they all have a certain bone to pick with the electronic music movement. But it's like, come on, man,
It's true. It's because
respect it for what it is.
some people are just fucking rude, or they resist change. Like
Yeah.
I think they're resisting change. I almost feel like I could see where they're coming from.
Totally.
well, of course, I understand what you mean there, buddy, but at the same time, it's very disrespectful because it's not like one person making a certain type of music versus another type of music doesn't mean that they didn't pour their heart and soul into it. And like electronic music is not easy to produce either. There's a lot of fucking shit that goes into it. At least the good stuff.
Totally.
And you can't just generalize an entire genre or a group of people. Like that always irks me. Always.
Yeah, I remember Dave Grohl or something at some point was saying some shit about Dead Mouse and stuff like that too. And you're like, dude, Joel Zimmerman is a fantastic producer. Like he is an engineer and crazy stuff like that. So
Yeah, but I hear Joel is kind of a dick. I'm sorry, Miguel. You said
I mean he's fully a dick, but that's all right.
you
Whatever.
said something a second ago and I didn't hear it.
Just saying, they're not necessarily wrong either.
Okay,
And
in
it's
what
an
way?
opinion.
In what way?
And all I'm saying is it's an opinion.
No, oh yeah. There's no
It's
right.
definitely an opinion, so
Mhm.
they can have their opinion.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. And
I don't have to like it.
my opinion could
I
also be fuck you, Jack White. You know what I mean? That's
I tend
also
to
a
think
valid
that-
opinion because all opinions
I
are
tend-
valid, basically.
Totally. I tend to think that it's because the increase in electronic music as being like more of a what's in the mainstream is losing them a bunch of money. So they're probably not super thrilled about it. But
That is a good point too.
This is what I would say about that, because I don't think either of the people that you guys have mentioned who have said anything. I mean,
Mhm.
Jack White's not doing much anyway now to begin with. I
Mm,
wouldn't necessarily say, I mean, maybe it is the time,
mhm.
but at the same time, if he was still doing well, he'd still be doing well. 'Cause there are still bands who use instruments who still do
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Oh, of course. There's a ton
Well,
of
So
bands.
he also
I don't,
runs Third Man Records, so he has his own record label. So I think that's maybe why he's saying things like that, you know. But
Yeah, yeah.
it's possible.
But this was years ago when Jack White like said some shit, and it was like off the record like thing that someone, or it was like an email. Like he sent this like email that was the most pompous, fucking stuck up musician email I've ever read in my whole life, and like I just never lived it down. But like no, I mean Jack White, if you're watching this, and you're probably not. You're a fucking talented
Jack
guy.
White,
You're
if you're watching
incredible.
this,
You're incredible.
Yeah.
But please don't disrespect other people, all right? They're just having a good time, and you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But regardless, let's roll back the fucking time. Let's take
right.
the time. Let's put a hamster in there, have him run backwards. Have you ever
Oh,
seen a
all right.
hamster run backwards?
Can they run backwards?
That could be.
Have Superman fly around the Earth?
There you go. Yeah.
That's how
Perfect.
time works.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Let's get that.
Makes sense.
Let's get that flying Kryptonian flying the other way. And let's start at the beginning, guys. So I just want to hear about like the beginning of your music experience in life. Like what are the first kind of things that got you into some kind of music? Like you know what I mean? Any kind of beginnings. And I'll just leave it to either of you to just go ahead and jump in.
Go for it, Miguel.
What's your music history? What's your music journey, Miguel?
No, I'm not going first. It's Gage's turn.
Oh,
I'll go second.
you're
I,
going.
ha-
Okay,
I know
cool.
what I would say for the most part, but
Yeah.
Gage?
All right, cool. Well, my music origins are kind of like a weird two-sided coin, I guess you could call it, because I have like my mom's influence and my dad's influence. My parents were like 10 years apart, so my dad's 10 years older than my mom, around there, and so his music was like really rooted in like kind of classic rock, more like singer-songwriter, folky stuff like Crosby, Stills and Nash, and let's see, like Jackson Brown, and just like he really liked the Beatles and Stones and all that kind of stuff, right? And then a little bit more into the music they were listening to like when I was in the 90s. So like he liked some grunge stuff, and he liked yeah, I don't know, just like some more of the alternative stuff in there. And then my mom was more of like grew up more like in the 80s, like late 70s and 80s. So she was more into like the New Orders and the Joy Divisions, and like she really likes U2, which I don't really care for, but like the Smiths and all that kind of stuff. And then her younger sister, my aunt, who was even younger than her, was really into hip hop and got me into like that kind of stuff. And then of course just all the cultural stuff that we grew up with like got me into hip hop also. So I don't know, I kind of have those two different like threads that started my music journey off. So like my mom's kind of got me into the more of the alternative side, and then my dad into kind of more of the classic, like classic 60s 70s stuff.
Nice.
And then it's just exploded from there. I mean, like
Of course.
I don't know if we'll get into it. We'll get into it maybe a little bit later. But I've been in a bunch of different bands, played in electronic music stuff, in punk bands, in metal bands, in Afro-Cuban rhythms troops. I'm currently in like a kind of blues rock, folk type of band. So it's all over the place.
Tight. Miguel, what you got?
Um, my upbringing was a little odd music-wise. It was mainly my mom's influence. Well, my dad too, a little bit, but not a whole lot. All I remember about my dad is he used to like the Doors a lot. He was a big
Word.
Doors fan. I never really got into the Doors with him. Well, I mean, I wasn't around him very long, so let's put it that way.
Got it.
But that's really the only band that I remember him listening to. My mom would listen to a lot of country music.
Oh.
Um,
Well, you're from
So I like 90s country too, mind you. That's the stuff I remember at least.
Friends
Right.
in
So like
low places.
Brooks and he's the only one I can remember off the top of my head. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and a lot of influence came from my brother as well. He liked let's just say he liked show tunes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I ended up listening to a lot of Broadway musicals
Uh-huh.
because he's about 4 years
That's
old.
cool.
Nice.
So I know a lot of Broadway musicals, at least from that era.
What's your
And
favorite
older-
one?
What was that?
What's your favorite one
What's my favorite one
from back then? Yeah. Like
from
when
that?
you
I
were a kid, which one did you dig the most?
actually had one. The only one I can really remember somewhat decently is the one you absolutely hate.
Oh, fucking Rent. Oh, I fucking hate Rent. That's a fact. Yeah, I'm cool with like almost every musical. You know what I mean? Rent is just the one. Like, fuck off, Rent. Go ahead, Miguel. I mean, I don't even know. I might not like Cats. I just haven't watched it.
I'm not a fan of Cats myself.
I'm
but
gonna
that's
have to
all right.
watch that.
That was one he never really got into it. And if he
It's
did,
the music is not great from it. It's just all bad. I don't know.
Yeah, and the new movie with the Uncanny Valley nonsense that's happening is very
weird,
frightening. Yeah.
demonic bullshit. That was weird.
I'm sorry to butt in there, buddy. Go ahead.
So it went from that, and then I didn't actually start listening to like choosing my own music because I listened to a lot of alternative, I guess. I
Yep.
started listening to alternative because that was more of kind of like I don't know if it was a friend or what, but that's kind of where I ended up because my brother would listen to a lot of like 98.5 out here. What would you call that? Top 40
Yeah, that's like pop.
pop.
Yep.
Like he was listening to a lot of that at that time in high school, along
Mhm.
with all the musicals.
So you're listening
And
to Tub Thumping and shit.
Yeah, I guess so. Would they play that? Would they play Chumbawamba on that station?
Maybe
I never thought.
it's possible.
In that day and age, maybe. Yeah.
I had the cassette tape. I think. Continue.
Classic.
Continue.
But so then I ended up listening to more alternative at that point.
Mm.
That ended up leading to like punk rock and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And that's kind of where I've kind of stuck around. I listen to all sorts of things generally.
Mhm.
I have to like it. Like it's got to be intriguing to me in some way, or it's got to be new and different. And so I mean, we can talk about what I listen to now later, but that's kind of how I end up where I ended up. Let's put it that way.
Nice. Yeah. And then you're from Texas originally, right?
Usually,
So like
Yes.
that explains all the country, I guess, a bit,
No.
right? Yeah. Was your
don't-
mom? You think your mom would have listened to country no matter where she was at?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I honestly do.
Yeehaw.
And I'm surprised they didn't grow up with more Mexican music.
Right.
Like-
Yeah.
Like it was around, but like I don't remember it very well. And my mom wasn't like listening to a ton of it
Mhm.
at the time. And maybe she did at one point, but I just don't remember any of that.
You know that song goes, Borbel, Borbel. Is that how it goes?
Is that how it goes?
Me Borbel, Borbel. You know that one?
Is it that viewer?
No, that's an old ass song.
Is it?
I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I just know that because of my stepdad. What's up, Eddie? Anyway, good times. I guess I'll tell you guys about my background for music.
Yeah.
I would say the first thing I really got into musically was that I can remember is my favorite Disney movie, and that's Fantasia.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? And
Some classical.
yeah, I love classical music. I do to this day love classical music. I could throw it on whenever, and I'm cool with that. And then, I mean, growing up in the 90s, I mean, I was born in 86, so of course we were like inundated with 90s music, and, I was raised by my mom, my grandparents, but my mom's like like pretty much a single mom kind of thing going on. So between like my sister and my mom, they listen to a lot of divas and stuff. So, I know my Whitneys, I know my Mariahs. I know all my jams. I know songs that I don't even know who sings it. I hear it and I'm like, oh yeah. My favorite Whitney Houston song has to be "I Want to Dance with Somebody." That's a good ass jam right there.
I just heard that at a
I
wedding
want
last weekend, and it was a jam.
So yeah, I know my I know my divas from the '90s. Also, apparently when I was a really little kid, because my uncle Rich, he's like really into country even to this day. He just always was into it, so he got me into Garth Brooks, and I had a Garth Brooks cassette tape that I'd play all the time, I guess. And then I also had a cassette tape of oh my god, what's his name? The guy who does the song a Weem Away, a Weem Away. What is it?
I have no idea who
In
does
the
that song, to be
Jungle
honest.
song, what is it? Oh,
I mean, it's from The Lion King, but I don't know who does
no, that's
it.
by
I mean,
the
I couldn't tell you.
Token. So that's not even who I think it is. Actually, that's I don't even know about this band. But no, it's I don't know. I had some I'll just say I was given cassette tapes or whatever. Like Billy Joel. There you go. I had a Billy Joel cassette tape. I always thought Billy Joel did that song.
No.
I could be wrong.
I guess I could see why.
I don't know.
But yeah.
I'm sorry. But I did have a Billy Joel cassette tape that I liked, and I don't know how many fucking Billy Joel songs I know these days. But my mom, like growing up, my mom, she liked disco, so I heard some disco and stuff. That's probably why I like dance music so much. And also like she introduced me to a few bands, like the Cars, which to this day I love the Cars. You know.
Classic.
We used to listen to that best of cassette tape all the time. And what's that other freaking band? The Cars, and I can't remember. I'm sorry. But most of the music I chose to listen to when I was a kid was video game music. Because when I was like
Nice.
when I was 3 years old, I got an NES, and I had Mega Man 2. That is some good
Ooh,
music
one of
right
the
there.
best of all time.
You know what I'm saying? Some great music on that game. And then like, other Nintendo music was awesome. Then I got a Super Nintendo eventually. And there were some dope jams on that. Started playing RPGs, got introduced to Yasunori Mitsuda's amazing music, and stuff like what's his name? Nobuo Uematsu and
Yeah, Uematsu. Yeah.
whoever the hell that was that made the Secret of Mana music, because I love that music. I forget his name. But yeah, I started really getting into game music when I was a kid, to the point where I would just download, because this is like early internet, I would be downloading like MIDI files. You know what I mean? Just jamming out
Heck
to
yeah.
MIDI files at my computer and like just being a massive nerd.
So
And
wait, would you take the MIDI
stuff like
files
that.
and put them into something, or to be
Oh,
able to
I-
listen to them, or you're just saying they were just MIDI bounces of MIDI
Yeah.
music?
Just MIDI,
Nice.
MIDI music that I would go to like some game music website, and it would just have a massive library, and you'd click on the song, and then you'd have like multiple MIDI files that you could try. One of them would be good.
Yeah.
And then later on I got into sound fonts and stuff. But when I was in middle school, my mom got me a acoustic guitar, my Jasmine by Takamine, which I still own to this day. It's the only acoustic guitar
Takamines
I've
are
ever
great.
had. Yeah, still to this day. Yeah, it's a great guitar. And then I taught myself to play, developed a bunch of bad habits, played the shit out of guitar though. Played a lot of guitar. And then from there I just I tried to learn how to make music. I got into like music production on my dad's computer back in the day on Cakewalk. Then I got into a friend of mine pirated, because this is the time in high school, like 2000, or what was it? Like 2001 or 2 or something. So I got someone pirated Techno EJ2 or something to me, which is really cool software. Whereas like it just came with a bunch of like patterns.
Resets and stuff.
Yeah. Basically loops, and you just put them together. But then I started getting into like synthesizers and stuff, because they had like stuff like that built into in there. And I started producing dance music because I was like starting to get into Daft Punk and stuff. But I also I tried to be in a band like forever, like playing guitar. I tried to start a band a million times. Everybody's like, "Oh, I play bass, I play drums," and then you're like, "Cool, let's jam." And they're like, "Oh, I don't have drums. I don't have a bass." And I'm like, "You're not a drummer. You're not a bassist." You know what I mean? And then there was one time where I actually had a band practice where I had a singer who is just like he just sort of improv jammed like lyrics I wrote randomly, and then I had a drummer in there and we like jammed and it was a good time, and I was like, cool, we can practice, start making songs up and stuff, and then we never met again. And that kind of stuff happened a lot. So then when I got into DJing, I realized like, oh, I didn't need like a bunch of people. I could just do this shit myself. And so I started
Totally.
really producing my own music and all that stuff. But you know,
Plus you can do it in headphones, and you don't have to make a bunch of a loud noise for everyone around you while you're making the music. You know.
yeah. But
Yep.
yeah, no, for sure playing like guitar and or whatever, like instruments, like is fun. You know, it's fun to jam with people. It's cool to do all that stuff, you know, and like I don't know. It's also a great experience. So like I like it all, and I would like to play in a band or something one day. I probably won't ever happen. We'll see. But music is a big part of me. You know what I mean? I love music
I have a
so
question
much.
for y'all. So what do you think the first record you ever bought with your own money was? Not it doesn't have to be a vinyl. I just mean tape, CD, whatever.
I got one.
Go for it.
It was that Lou Bega CD right there, I think. Remember Lou Bega?
Classic.
A little
Yes, I
bit
do.
of some lady on the side. A little bit of I can't think of female names right now. A little Angelina after dinner. I don't know what's this song.
It's definitely
How's it go?
like I know Monica's in there a little bit. Yeah.
Mambo number
Something like
5.
that.
Look that shit up. Should we play Mambo number 5 real quick?
You can play Mambo number 5.
Want to play it? Let's do it.
Please.
All right. I'm just gonna play the video. All right.
If you
Okay.
got it,
This is
yeah.
okay. So if you're watching the YouTube later, all right, there's gonna be a playlist. We'll post it in the description. All right. So just look
On
in the
Spotify.
description. Yeah, it's gonna be a Spotify
YouTube,
playlist.
Or YouTube.
Yeah. Well, we could
Yeah.
make it. I don't know. I was gonna make a Spotify one, but regardless,
Yeah,
it's in
yeah.
the description. Click on it. You'll be able to listen to all these songs on your own. Just pause this podcast every time we do this.
There you go. I think that's good. One verse will do.
We're back.
No,
There,
it's a
there.
banger.
What do you guys think of that? Is that a? Did you feel it? Did you feel it?
Is that
Feel
a
it?
jam?
Did you feel it? Feel it? Feel the vibrations?
Yeah, absolutely.
What a great song, man. And also
It's a throwback. Shout out to Mochi Squeeze's mom too. You know.
oh yeah, we gotta say this story. She said my mom loves that song. She picked me up from school bumping it. It was embarrassing. LOL. That's
Classic.
incredible. But for some reason, I love that song so much, I had to buy the CD. I mean, it might not be the first one I bought ever, but it's definitely one of the first ones I ever remember
One of the first you remember. Yeah,
actually
feel you.
buying. Yeah, with like I don't know what Christmas money, birthday money, or something.
Yeah. I remember iTunes gift cards for Christmas used to be like a pretty regular thing back in the day for a minute there.
Sick. Still to this
Wait,
day.
what
I
about
think.
you? What about you, Miguel? Do you remember the one that you bought early on?
iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes existed when we were in high school, I think.
Well, I think we.
Gage,
I
how
think
old
I
are
was
you?
getting iTunes gift cards. Well, I mean, I'm about to be 32, but
Oh yeah, you're a
Um,
bit younger than me. Even you're
but
way
even
younger
so, I
than
mean,
Miguel.
but I remember like iTunes. I think I got iTunes in like what 2000, right? So I was like 10 years old.
Miguel, when did you graduate from high school? Let me ask you that. One more time.
2001.
Nice.
Oh, that's when I started. That's my freshman year, buddy.
That's when I graduated.
Gage, when did you graduate?
From high school?
Yeah.
2009.
Damn. I
Yeah,
feel
bro.
old. I feel old. Miguel's got to feel older.
But still, I think iTunes came out in like 2000, right? Something like that.
Well, yes, but like it just barely started coming out, and you had to be like having a bunch of cash to buy like an iPod or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you had to have the money for that type of stuff, and
See, I would just make MP3 CDs. So I back in that
Yeah,
day,
of
it was
course.
like we'd make those.
Whoa.
Those. Oh, sorry, a light bulb just died in my
Oh.
thing. 1 second.
Just keep talking. It's fine. You can
it's
you
all
fix
good.
it when
It's
you're
all
done
good.
talking.
Now it's just after dark. It's a neon pocket after
Hold on.
dark.
I got a song for this part. Keep going.
Yeah, you
Keep
do.
going.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all good. No, I don't know. I remember my dad and I used to like get each other iTunes gift cards, and we'd just go on the iTunes store, and yeah, it was like $1 a song, and I remember he used to do that all the time. I don't know, and we would just make MP3 CDs. Remember, like you could make them as like I guess they could have like 120 songs on them. It was pretty good. What song are you queuing up?
All right. Okay. We're gonna pause here again. Remember, the playlist is below. This is this is the last time I'm gonna mention it. All right. I'm just gonna say pausing. All right. Pause the
Pausing.
show. Pause the show. But this is the last
I'm
time
gonna
I'm
get a light
mentioning.
bulb. I'm gonna get a light bulb while you
Yeah.
do that.
Well, wait. You got to hear it. It's the joke.
Okay, I'm hearing. I'm hearing.
All right. Here we go. All right. What did we say? Oh yeah. Neon Pocket mentioned After Dark. Careless Whisper. It's a good song. If you ever heard of George Michael, then I don't know. You know what I mean? If you haven't heard of him. And
Michael
Wham.
George.
Wham. You like Wham, Miguel?
I was never a Wham fan. That was before me, Jacob.
You're not a whammer?
No, I was never a Whammer.
You don't want to get a Hummer while listening to Wham, bro? That's what whammer means.
I'm sure that happened.
Anyway. Good shit, man. No, actually, so Mochi Squeeze loves Wham. So I got the vinyl, the one that has Careless Whisper on it and stuff, like all the good ones. So
Really?
yeah, it's great. It's a great time. Anyway, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm seeing lights. I'm seeing lights
Yeah,
over
There's
there.
some lights. There's some lights. It's a little awkward, but I'll fix it for next week.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm just in a interrogation. It seems.
Yeah. What was the first thing you ever bought there, Gage?
Okay, so I was trying to think about this. It might have been Eiffel 65 Europop on cassette tape. With the one with I'm Blue, dabba dee dabba die on it. But it also, I remember specifically going to a record store that was here in my local town where I grew up, and buying the first Gorillaz album. So it couldn't have been the first one I ever bought, but I have this it's one of my first memories of buying with my own money, like going to a store, looking through all the albums and just seeing the art and being like, that's dope as fuck, and giving the guy money, and then going and having never heard a song of theirs, and then like just going home and listening to it and being like, what, this is legit. So I remember
yeah.
that very vividly. But yeah.
Hell yeah, dude,
But,
that's amazing.
But I think it might have been the first that I ever actually bought was probably Europop, which is a terrible and hilarious album all at once. But
hey, I'm sure it's a great album.
you should play from that one. There's a song called My Console by Eiffel 65. It's about PlayStation. It's great.
Ooh, I like that. That's very relevant for this podcast too.
Exactly, and not a lot of people know about that song, but I remember thinking it was really cool because it was all about PlayStation.
Change my picture, smack my bitch up. No, it's not that song. I'm just kidding, guys.
It's not that one, but
I
that's
love that.
I mean, the Prodigy. Let's go.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Exactly.
I'm trying to move a window.
I'm the fire starter.
I'm the fire starter. The crazy fire starter. I don't know the words. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So
Rest
remember,
rest in peace, Prodigy.
just gonna say pause, and then that's when I edit out this thing, and then you listen to the thing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Pause. Dude, PlayStation 1 is a fucking great console, and we're back. Oh, I don't think I did the screenshot this time. Oh well. We're back.
Yeah, that's a pretty funny cut off that album. I remember it vividly.
Miguel, you got any fun songs you want us to play real quick from your childhood?
From childhood.
Yeah, or something from I don't know, from your memorable teen years or something. What?
You're not going to ask me what album I bought first with my own money?
I thought you answered already.
Did I?
No? Okay, go. I'm sorry. I I got all preoccupied with playing the songs, and I was excited. I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead. The floor is yours. I'm muting myself.
No, first album I bought was No Doubt's Tragic Kingdom with my own money.
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
nice.
that's such a good fucking album, man. Tragic Kingdom.
Probably play whatever you want off that, and it's probably be fine.
Spiderwebs is on there, right?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
I think that's the first track, actually.
Oh, well, it's a good song to start with. All right.
And I'm pretty sure I bought it at Best Buy.
Cool. Well, I'm about to say pause, and then we're going to have to edit this out. So here we go. Pause. I love how the gyrations that she's doing.
Yeah.
The gyrations. Good shit, man. Good shit. Motion
Super
Squeeze
good
in
shit.
chat said, mine was TLC Crazy Sexy Cool, and I got it at the mall at Sam Goody. Do you even remember the
Very
mall
nice.
and music stores? Yes, I do. That's more of a
Absolutely.
question for Gage.
Say that
Most-
again.
Probably remember more than you.
Whoa, he's calling out Mochi Squeeze.
We old. She's my age.
I remember Sam Goody. What about you,
I
Gage?
remember Sam Goody. Oh, I absolutely remember Sam Goody.
What about Tower
Although-
Records?
There was never a Tower Records near me, but I
Really?
remember it. Yeah, of course.
We had one here in
Um,
Vegas, man. I don't know what it is anymore. That place was dope as hell.
It's a mixture of things, Jacob.
Oh.
It's a Habitat for Humanity restore,
Oh, wow.
and the other half of it is a Goodwill.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. Interesting and nice.
So
Okay.
So you totally you talked about one of my favorite video game soundtracks of all time, which is Mega Man 2.
Oh, god damn, dude.
Um,
Such a good soundtrack.
Could we hear
Which one to hear on that
could we
one?
hear could we hear Dr. Wily Stage 1 from Mega Man 2? That's
Yeah.
maybe my favorite video
Bro.
game song of all time.
Bro, that is such a fucking video game song. That is a video ass game
So
song
good.
right there. Dude, you know what you're-
I play it on I play it on guitar often.
Yeah, well, okay, so I'll just bring this up on the B-roll so you can just see it. Like, you see that there's the NES, theme there, and then right underneath it is a metal version that I would like to also
Yeah.
hear. So we'll check both those videos out. But damn, this is a really good song. Although, what's your favorite song, like, just from the normal guys that's not Dr. Wily? You think?
Oh,
I don't know if mine's Woodman or Airman. I can't remember all of them, but I do remember Crashman had some fire music there too.
I really like Woodman, but I think I actually like Quickman a lot. It's weird, but I like it.
Quickman was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
All right, we're
I
gonna
think Woodman.
we're gonna pause here again. Here we go. Mega Man 2 NES Wily's Fortress 1 song. There's
Excellent.
even a bridge in there, dude.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's fucking tight.
Something about the instrumentation in the 8-bit or the 8-bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. 8-bit.
Like that 8-bit NES chip just has like that specific version of it is the one that I was hoping you'd play because they obviously have renditions of it through later Mega Mans, but it just never reaches that same thing as
Yeah.
the NES chip. I don't know.
Dude, the NES chip and the Game Boy chip were fire, and the SNES
Yeah.
chip and the
Yeah,
fucking
the Game Boy chip is the other one.
that
Yeah.
Sega Master System, aka the fucking Genesis chip, is another great chip because like where would we be without sick ass Sonic the Hedgehog tracks, dude? There's some amazing Sonic the Hedgehog tracks. But no, I did want to throw out though that my first like favorite cassette tape that I ever had, okay, that I played a bunch and then it got smashed and then I was given the disc as well, like the CD version later, was the fucking Mortal Kombat the movie soundtrack. That is one of the best soundtracks of all time, dude. It's got so many fucking bangers on there. I mean, obviously, if you don't know the song Mortal Kombat, I mean, you may know that song, but look that one up. That's not the one I'm going to play. All right, I'm going to play Mortal Kombat soundtrack. Let's see, 1995. That's right. There's some bangers on here, bro. There's like all sorts of shit. There's the song from the song where they battle the reptile. That was one of my favorite fucking dance songs of all time. But like the one song that really does stick with me and that I do listen to regularly is Orbital, Halcyon On and On. I don't know if you know about this fucking song, but it is very fucking good.
I know about that song.
So here we're gonna pause it here. I'm gonna play a bit of it, and I'll skip around because it is 9 minutes long. We're not listening to the whole thing, obviously. So here we go. We're gonna pause. Incredible soundtrack. Also, by the way, I did love the soundtrack from the Tomb Raider movie, the first one. It's a very good soundtrack.
Dude, that is full of. That's what introduced me to the Chemical Brothers, and that changed my life
fuck
forever.
Yeah. Same here, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't think I would have gotten into DJing and electronic music if not for my love of the Chemical Brothers.
Dude, I mean, it also introduced me to Groove Armada, which is a group that I've loved forever. You know, and they're incredible.
And Basement Jacks is on there too. God,
where's
what
your
a
head
soundtrack.
at? Where's your head at, dude? And that's that's a fucking classic jam right there,
Banger,
buddy.
such a banger,
buddy. So yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of good music out there. Let's just start throwing out some bands that we like. Miguel, let's start with Miguel, because apparently I skipped him earlier, and now I feel bad. Why don't you tell us about some music you like, dude? Let's listen to you. Let's listen to you. I want to hear
what about
you.
What about like what's your kind of like jams of late? What about that? We'll narrow it down.
What you got, bro? What you got?
What was the last thing I listened to on Spotify?
Or why don't you tell us like a really awesome video game song you like, real quick, before you tell us that, unless you don't want to.
I honestly can't think of anything that I absolutely love. I'd probably have to hear it, to be honest with you. There's game music that I do enjoy quite a bit.
What's like an old school game that like you remember having great music, I guess, is my question.
An old game?
Yeah. Could be, let's say like PS1 down. You know what I mean?
Well, probably Final Fantasy VII at that point.
I guess we're gonna have to hear one of those real quick, huh?
Soundtrack.
I'm in.
Which song, man? Which song? Can you remember any of them?
How about Jehovah?
Jehovah was good. I was gonna put on Honeybee Manor because
Nice.
You remember that song?
Yeah.
Have you, Jacob? Have you heard the Excision remix of Jehovah?
Oh, I haven't, and you're gonna have to send that over to me, bud.
It's the squishiest like 2006 dubstep ever, but it's so funny. Yeah.
All right, let's listen to a little bit of this Honeybee Manor song because it's just a funny. It's not the song that you would think I'd pick. You know, you'd think ha he ha he ho he 1 Minute Angel. I mean, it's a good song, but yeah. All right, Honeybee Manor. Here we go. Pause. Sorry, Miguel. Okay, we're back, and go ahead and continue. We had to listen to Honeybee Manor, and so did you. And with the playlist below, click the fucking button. Yeah. It's down there in the description. You piece of shit.
Click the button. Add it to your library.
Oh, dude, yes. Honeybee Manor. Play that shit. Max volume. In your mom's house.
Yeah, Honeybee Manor. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, while you're taking care of your grandma or whatever, you know.
No.
And if she asks you what that music is, say what music and pretend like you're not hearing anything. Sorry, continue. What have you been listening to lately, man? What's your jams? What are Miguel's jams?
So currently, Illuminati Hotties. She's pretty cool.
Okay.
She's she started out as a producer. She considers herself, or she calls herself tender punk. But
I like that.
She's pretty cool. You'd have to look her up on Spotify or whatever.
Ya.
Illuminati Hotties.
Yeah, there's a song called Ya. That's the first thing that came up here. Or Sandwich Share?
Sandwich Share, Pool Hopping.
Pool Hopping. Oh, yeah. I got the... All right, we could listen to Pool Hopping real quick. Here we go again.
Check it.
You're gonna have
this is some new stuff. If this is what did you say? TikTok punk?
No, she calls herself tender punk.
Tender
punk.
Tender punk.
Nice. Not Tinder. Tender. Got it.
Yeah, tender.
Tinder punk.
For some reason, I thought it was Tinder punk, and I was like, I have no idea what that is, but that's awesome.
That's pretty incredible stuff, man. All right, here we go. We're gonna pause here. Let's go. Let's listen to it. And now we're back. Dude, that's great. It kind of sounds like those cool girl punk bands from like this, the 80s. I think there was a couple cool ones, right?
A little bit of like La Tigre vibes,
Budgie,
that kind of thing.
You're probably thinking like more like Riot Girl, Jacob. like
Budgie?
late '80s, the early '90s.
Is
Jimmy
is,
Kimmel.
is Budgie a thing? Is that a thing?
No,
Budgie?
you're making it a thing.
Yeah, there's a band called Budgie. Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Hmm.
Yeah, you might like Budgie, Miguel. But yeah, no, what was her name again? Illuminati Hotties. That's pretty sick, dude. I like that.
It was a good time.
Nice. So it's still.
What's been on your lowdown? OM Jesus.
Well, my friend. I'm glad you asked. So I made a playlist on Spotify called Toad Hat, and it's a joke.
I'm a subscriber.
Oh, okay, cool. Hopefully you enjoy the music on there from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Which you made a cool playlist called I'm scrolling back up. I'm scrolling
Called Midnight
here,
City,
Midnight City.
maybe?
Yeah, with no first eye. Omit the first eye. And I was actually listening to it, and then I realized a lot of these songs I already have on my other playlists, and I said, "Oh, this guy knows some shit," which is fun.
There you go, bruh.
But yeah, no, I made this playlist called Toad Hat, and it's like literally like a joke on mushrooms, because Toad. Like, could we settle this really quick? Is it Toad's head or is it Toad's hat?
Oh.
Like from Mario, with the mushroom
I
guy?
feel like he is a mushroom, right?
Toad Mario. I'm gonna bring up a picture of
I
Toad.
feel like it's his head. I got him right here. One sec.
Toad Hat, right?
No, like that's him, dude. He's a mushroom.
So that's
Isn't he
really his head.
Yeah.
It's not a hat. So like he couldn't remove the mushroom part of his head.
It's like, look, I have a one up right here. 1 second.
Okay.
die.
All right. Here we go. Yeah, I see. So
like,
you're gonna compare.
Are we in screen here?
Okay.
Let's
Wait.
go right here. So like,
So if we eat Toad, we're gonna get another life. Is that what I'm trying to hear here?
I mean, he is kind of opposite color schemes.
Is he?
but-
Is
But these seem to be just heads, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild.
I'm,
And then he's a little bit more sprouted. He's got a whole, he's got a little vest on.
Miguel, what did you just
But-
say? I couldn't hear you.
I was gonna say he's a sentient mushroom person. So I don't think you gain anything if you eat him. That's murder.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, I used to have an Acura. It was like this cool like DeLorean looking '83 Acura, and
Cool.
I put this guy on the dash, like, or not the dash, on the like where the emblem on the front of it would be on the very front of the car.
Yeah, the hood ornament. You made
The
him
hood
into
ornament.
a hood
So
ornament.
this was the hood ornament on it, and I loved it. It was great.
That's pretty sick. Although you're just asking him for it to get stolen at that point.
It was liquid cemented to it, so it was pretty hard to take off.
Good, yeah. Well, fuck them. They're never gonna get that Toad. Anyway, so I named the I named the playlist Toad Hat. Okay, with graphics and all. So albeit not correct, I guess it should be called Toad Head. But then again, that's kind of a different type of thing. It kind of sounds like Roadhead, and that's a different vibe. I'm just kind of trying
Different
to. I'm just looking for a code word for the word mushroom. As a joke for like you're tripping out, bro. But it's a playlist full of trippy stuff and fun times. So there's like a million artists in there that like a lot of them I don't even know who the fuck they are. I just found a cool song, I put it on there. But we did see Thundercat pretty recently, and he's all over that playlist. And Thundercat's incredible.
Fantastic.
If you've never seen a Thundercat music video, we're about to see a part of one right now. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
What's your favorite Thundercat song, Gage?
I mean, it's kind of basic, but them changes is so good.
Oh my god, it's the correct answer. I do
Yeah.
also love Dragon Ball Durag, and it's a fun video, so I'm just gonna play that right now.
That's a really fun one.
But no, we'll put them changes on there too, because it's just such a good song. You know what I mean? But
Totally.
I just wanted you guys to see this Dragon Ball Durag video. Anyone who's watching, so here we go. I'm covered in cat hair, but I smell good. That's my favorite line from that whole song.
Solid, super solid.
Yeah, so that was Dragon Ball Durag by Thundercat, who in and of himself is actual jazz legend. He plays bass like a fucking champion. We saw him; it just devolved and fell apart into jazz madness, and it was the best shit I've ever fucking heard in person in a long time.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, no, love Thundercat, and then obviously I'm all into dance music. And I'll just throw out a couple. We don't have to like listen to it or whatever. But was a really cool song. Oh, Phantoms. If you never heard of Phantoms, Phantoms is really,
Nice.
really, really dope. You should check them out. Uh, I don't remember the Phantom song that like, I love right off the top of my head, but there's a particular one. In particular, there is one that I love like a lot. But they also did like a deep house version of Cocaine. You know that song by what's
Oh,
uh
yeah.
guitar legend guy from Cream. What's his name again?
Guy who slept with George Harrison's wife. Yeah.
I didn't
Eric
know that.
Clapton, there it is.
I didn't know
Eric
that.
Clapton.
Eric Clapton. Thank you very much. Yeah, you know a lot about the Beatles.
I do.
Yeah, that's why you would destroy me in a Beatles game, I think. Snake Hips is dope. Zed's Dead coming out with stuff still to this day. Kahlo, if you never heard of Kahlo, great. Pink Pantheress and Sam Gellatree are both incredible people from the UK, and they just teamed up for a brand new song last Friday, which is called Picture in My Mind. It's a great song. I'll put on that playlist as well. Dead Mouse is still out there producing. Lax City is great. Never heard of Lax City.
I haven't.
And Kate Tronada
Oh yeah, Kate Renata rules.
recently just did a track with Anderson Paak, who's on one. Oh, and Roosevelt. I'm just kind of going through my personal playlist and looking at artists. There's a lot of great ones. Also, there's this guy named James, and he's a pretty sick producer. He's kind of doing like lo-fi dance, sort of like kind of sounds like early 2000s dance, like produced like kind of clippy, and I like the vibe of it. It's James, pretty dope. That song, but that's not the one that like I love the most, but still sick. That just gives you an idea of who James is and what he's all about. Just kind of like that retro dance kind of vibe where things were like people didn't mix very well, but they still made it work, and there you go. Good times.
That's awesome.
What about you, bro?
So let's see. One new addition to the music repertoire of late is a game came out recently called Neon White.
Oh my
And
God, yes.
Neon White's soundtrack is done by an artist that does stuff besides video game scores, called Machine Girl. I'll call out a song called Hellion, Hellion, from the Neon White soundtrack, and it slaps. But the whole record, it's a two album release that came out with Neon White. It's a ton of music, and all of it's really good.
Dude, the music
But,
in this game is incredible.
But yeah, if we could hear Hellion, that's a really good one.
Yeah, here it comes, Hellion. That's a cool song.
So
Yeah,
it's
I'm not
also
that
weird.
far.
It's kind of D&B ish. It's kind of like it goes like almost square pushery at times, where it's like kind of like D&B
Glitchy.
jazz like weirdness, but it's really cool, and the whole album like kind of takes you on this whole trip. So I'm excited. I haven't actually played that game yet, but I will.
Really?
And it'll be cool. And it'll be cool. Yeah,
Oh man.
I just heard about Machine Girl on another
God.
podcast that was talking about the game, and I was like, all right, let's try it out.
Miguel, this game is incredible, by the way. It's really fucking cool. One day when you come over, I'll let you just play it and try it out. Give it a shot. It's a game created for speedrunning. Good times. Miguel, give us a couple of your fucking tracks and stuff from a couple more artists, man. What else you got?
La Luz.
La Luz?
La Luz.
Hell yeah.
Light?
The light, yeah. That would be accurate
I've
in English.
I found Call Me in the Day.
Yeah, go ahead and play that one.
Do you have a different song?
No, that one should be fine, I think. Wait. Hold on.
Brainwash?
I mean, they're all good, to be 100% honest with you.
Mean Dream. The Pines. Now I'm just naming La Luz songs. Which one?
Play,
You
yeah, play Sure Spring.
Sure Spring? Sure as
Sure
Spring.
Spring.
Ah, yes. Okay. All right, guys. Remember, again, click that thing down there. Here we go, baby. All right, yeah, La Luz, man. Pretty sick, dude. I like it.
So oddly enough, they sound like there's a lot of music coming out of France right now that sounds a lot like that. Like that's like
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of like really like kind of mod punk, but like kind of lo-fi, low key, like kind of melodic. It's good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's coming from Europe too. Spain. It's coming from South America too. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
that stuff is happening. Mexico, I believe there's a few bands like that. I love that type of stuff, dude. What else you
Yeah,
got?
There's a band called Wet Leg that has a bit of that sound to it these days. They're pretty cool. They're kind of
Wet
blowing up.
Wet Leg. Cool.
Wet leg.
You guys like was it Crazy Elephants? What's that? Wait, I forgot the name of the band.
Cage the Elephant?
Crazy Elephant. Yeah, you guys like Crazy Elephant?
Yeah, that's one of my wife's favorite bands.
That's a great fucking band. We saw them one time at the Cosmopolitan pool top venue there. They covered the pool and then it's just a venue and there's like all these little bars around and stuff. And we saw Kanye West there one time. Or no, not Kanye West. Excuse me, the other hip hop guy.
What?
The other one.
How do you mix that up?
I'm sorry.
Who's
I'm
the other
sorry.
one? Tyler the Creator?
No, not him.
Jay-Z?
No, he's the one that did the soundtrack to Black Panther. Fuck. Sorry.
Kendrick?
guys. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar. I'm so sorry, everybody. We saw Kendrick
It's
Lamar. There.
all right. You're gonna get some flack for that one.
No,
though.
all right. It's because I'm sorry. It's because we were just watching the episode of South Park with the gay fish
Fish
thing.
sticks?
Yeah, the fish sticks joke, and that's a Kanye West thing. So it just came to mind. I apologize, everyone.
Apologize.
What else you got, guys? Let's play like 3 more songs, and then we'll finish up here.
I got one more for you. I found this band during the pandemic. They're one of the coolest like modern projects I've seen in a while. They're called Mute. They're spelled Meute. They are an all like brass and like kind of marching band style band, but they play like original stuff, but also covers of like electronic music, and it's all really really well done. And they do essentially like live
Sick.
drumline dance music. It's really good. Maybe you could play. They cover the Flume song "You and Me." There's
Yeah.
a good video of that if you want to throw that
That
on.
was the first thing that came up when I typed in mute. So yeah, definitely. All right.
It's a good demonstration of like how they do their shows too. Like they'll do like flash mobs of all their stuff, but it's really good, and they actually put out really good albums too. So
Sick, dude. All right, we're about to hear some mute. You and Me Flume remix. And gyrating, you know. I like gyrations.
and but yeah, they're great, man, and they just have like really cool. A lot of their videos are really fun to see because like they just go out and on the streets and mob some places like and just make some dope ass music live. So it's cool.
Hell yeah, bro. Oh, you turned
That's
your
my life.
yeah, you turned. I think because you turned your sound suppression off, now I can hear myself talking from somewhere.
Oh, is that? I got
Someone-
my noise suppression on back.
I can hear it from one of you guys. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Hey, all right, Miguel, give us one last song for you, and then I'll do one last one for me.
I actually do not know how to say it.
Oh God, well just spell it out.
I don't know how to spell it out either.
Uh-oh. Can you just link it or something? You can do it in Discord
Yeah, give
in
me a
the
second.
business thing there.
Is it that band exclamation mark? Have you ever heard them? They're pretty good.
It's
Nope.
Molchat Doma. They're like a post-punk band from Belarus.
Mole
Nice.
chat. Oh yeah, pop right up, Miguel.
Yeah,
Molchat Doma.
Molchat Doma.
Moshatoma.
Okay. I'm just gonna bring up the B-roll, and you tell me which one to pick.
Here,
Which
here,
one do you
here,
want?
I'll send it to you.
You
I
want-
got it.
You want this Russian word? You want this Russian word?
Hold on.
Dude, I
Give
think
me a
I know this group. They're like sick ass, like almost like black
cool.
punk. It's like black metal
Scroll
and
up.
punk had a baby.
Scroll back up. It's post-punk technically.
Which
Scroll
one?
up.
Yeah.
This?
Yeah, the first one.
The first one? All right.
Yeah.
All right. This is Molchat Doma.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know this, but we'll see.
You know it. I played it for you before.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
great.
okay. That's why I know it. Perfect. All right. So here we go. Here goes another one.
Club. And they were playing this song, and it was a bunch of bats hanging upside down.
Epic.
That's fucking great, dude. Me and
I'll
my.
have to send it to you. It's fucking hilarious.
You
There's
said.
nothing like the looming threat of a fascist regime to make some good music too.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, that's a really good band. They're a good time.
You'll just
That's awesome. That's super. Got some, some The Cure disintegration / Joy Division vibes in there. It's good.
Absolutely.
I'm like lately I've been loving fucking goth music, so yeah, I'm hella into it. All right, one last one for me. I mean, I've been when I'm not listening to dance music and stuff, I mean, I listen to a lot of different stuff, but lately I've been going to this sludge metal playlist. So let's listen to fucking Wizard Fight by Weed Eater.
Yes.
You can watch me type it in. Wizard Fight by Weed Eater. Yeah, it's a good song. It's really short too. That's why it's a good one
Can't
to
wait.
just play. It's only
Can't
2
wait.
minutes long. Here we go, baby. Check it out. Weed Eater. Wizard Fight. The only lyric on this whole song is Wizard Fight, and that's it.
So good.
There's so many good bands
So
on here,
good.
man. Like I Hate God, but it's spelled I like your Ojos, you know, and it's all one word. It's another good band right there.
My buddy is a
Mhm.
big I Hate God fan.
He's pretty sick.
His name is Victor Blanc, and one day I'll get him to listen to this podcast. But
Oh, Victor
Yeah.
Blanc, dude, just know that I'm calling you out right now, bro. Let's do a sludge metal episode in the future. You can clip that.
I should
clip
get it.
that
He's
out.
one of the weirdest people I know. He'd be a pretty good podcast guest.
Great. Well, so that's so yeah, we're just nerding out about music, good times. Any closing thoughts here? Like I'll say my closing thought is I want to get playing guitar more. I've been producing a little tiny bit. I want to keep getting on the horse, but always listening to music. Guys, what do you guys have to say?
Yeah, man. Just like with all that weird music that we just played together, it's gonna be an interesting playlist. But just diversify. Go out and find weird new stuff as much as you can. You gotta keep hunting and searching for the good stuff.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement 100%. I would have said the same thing. All I'm trying to do is find new things to listen to, something that's different,
Yeah.
something I haven't heard, something makes me feel something, moves me,
There you go.
gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're finding some cool music, man. So you should check out Ariel Pink if you never have. He's pretty cool.
Ooh, I like Ariel Pink.
I think you'll like Ariel Pink, Miguel. I should have played this song earlier, but it's a really good song. I'll send it to you. You check it out.
Playlist.
I'll put it on
Yeah,
there.
throw it on the playlist.
I'll put it on there, and you guys check it out later. Yeah, baby. I forget the name of the
We
song.
can just,
off the
we
top
can
of
just
my head.
start a neon pocket dimension playlist on Spotify that everyone can just
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. But we could also do. I'll put you in charge of making the YouTube version. We'll have both.
Okay. All right.
Sound good?
Sound good.
All right,
Shall we
guys.
endorse?
Yeah, now it's endorsement time. Let's start with Miguel because I feel like he's the least prepared.
For my endorsement? Oh, I definitely am. Whichever
You can pass for now.
my endorsement is to any of the COVID medications. If you
Oh.
can get them,
Okay, yeah.
because I do feel like they're helping. So
Nice.
that is definitely what I'm endorsing.
All right. Let's see. I pulled up cdc.gov here. Let's see.
that's gonna be in the links in our page.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Here's some. You got Paxlovid. You got Veklury. Yeah, Bebtelovimab. Did I say that right? Lagevrio.
That's
Yeah.
a Pokemon. That's a Pokemon. I think.
Nice.
Call back.
So yeah, we'll link that in the endorsement section. That was funny. Go ahead, Gage.
Those.
Oh god. Okay, my turn.
Good job, Miguel.
Let's see. I'm gonna endorse. Let's see. I'm gonna endorse the Netflix show The Sandman.
Ooh, yeah.
It is a Neil Gaiman joint. It was originally a graphic novel. It's kind of like somewhere between, like I heard Nick Scarpino say somewhere between Harry Potter and Constantine, and I'll give him that. It's a little bit of both. But
Yep.
it's a really cool show. It's weird and ominous and
This
like
trailer's
has
not
some
loaded.
some really high concept stuff, but it's cool. I like it so far. I'm not all the way that far through, so I don't know if it'll stick the landing, but it's been really good so far. So
Yeah, we started watching it and we were enjoying it. We have to get back to that. My endorsement. is for a really cool venue out here. You probably all heard of, and I know it's in other places, but it's where I saw Thundercat, and it's one of my favorite venues to go to here. And that's Brooklyn Bowl. It's a great place.
Yeah.
Great venue. If you're not from Vegas and you do visit, and you're like, man, you know what, I kind of want to see a concert. Sure, you can go to the Giants T-Mobile Arena and see like some pop artists, or you can find some like cool artists. Go to Brooklyn Bowl, and it's actually pretty small. You know, like it's a good size, but it's like smaller than you think it is in there, which is always better because then you really see the band, and you feel like you're just packed in there with them. And here's just a few people. You got Goose. It's gonna be in there, and then it's gonna be closed a bunch. So that's okay, I guess.
I love that venue though.
Gimme
Every time I
Disco.
go to Brooklyn Bowl, I feel like there's a good chunk of tourists in there who just wander in because they want something to do.
Yeah. Look, the Hanson's coming. You know?
Seem like
Girl Talk, bro.
Hanson?
Girl Talk's gonna be here. The Midnight, Black Bear. Black Bear's pretty popular these days. Apocalyptica, Cello Tour.
Nice. The cello? That's cool.
Do you know who Apocalyptica is, Gage?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the like the cellists, right? That do all hardcore cellist music.
Well, they like pretty much cover metal songs, and they play it all of the cello. Yeah. Guar.
Yeah,
And then
so-
Guar in October 10th, which I said
Guar?
maybe we could go
Wow,
see
that'd be
Guar. But I don't know.
For Halloween.
Who knows if it's October 10th. So, but yeah, maybe we can go see Guar, Miguel. I already talked to Mochi Squeeze. She's down if we can get tickets. It's really not that much money. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, think about it. Maybe we can go. It'd be a good time. I'm sorry to cut you off there. You got anything else to say?
Cut who off? Me?
Yeah, you.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about it.
Cool. Well, that's that's everything. That's everything. I like I said earlier, the segment I was gonna say is like play an instrument for 5 seconds, but I think Gage already like blew it out of the park with this sick ass blues lick. So
Yeah.
we'll just
Good
call it. We could do a segment called Harmonize, where I just do a tone and you guys harmonize with me. You ready?
Jesus.
Ready.
All right. La.
It's hard because it peaks
That was flat.
and then I can't
was
hear
flat.
anything.
I realize it's a bad idea because every time I talk, it cuts you guys off in my headphones, and so I don't think they can hear either. So that was it.
Music over Twitch is pretty tough, no doubt about it.
Yeah, you probably can't jam out over Twitch properly without mixing it later.
Yep.
All right. Oh yeah, and I'll have Miguel. Miguel, say your favorite song lyric of all time.
Wow.
And that'll just a line from a song, and that'll lead us out.
That's so That's such a difficult
I
on
know.
the spot one.
I always do this to everyone. That's what I always do. You got nothing?
No, I got nothing.
All right, I'll just say this: go to sleep, ho. Go to sleep, ho. If you're tired, be quiet and go to sleep, ho.